Stop being part of the system. I have not paid taxes for 13 months. I have not worked for 13 months. You're probably wondering how I can, afford to do this. But I'm actually authorized at the highest level by the CIA and the British military intelligence. So, I'm only joking. As far as I can see, 100% of the people here are peaceful and loving.
Heard they have the biggest carte, well, they're bragging about that they have the biggest carte blanche for arrests.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have nothing to fear from the police state. As long as you comply, show your identification, allow your property to be searched arbitrarily without a warrant, you will be safe. Obedience equals freedom. Slavery equals independence. Remember, you are not a unique and beautiful snowflake. You are a flesh and blood consumer. Do not listen to hippies. Hippies do not have jobs and do not pay taxes. This is not very good for the economy. If you see a hippie spreading messages of peace and love, please report them to the police immediately. They may try and corrupt you using marijuana, which, as we know, is a very, very dangerous drug, which is why America has 1 million people in jail for marijuana consumption. Marijuana is extremely dangerous because it might make you realize how most things aren't worth doing. Like having a job, working for 10 hours a day in a glass and metal cage, doing a job you hate. Marijuana is very dangerous because it makes sex, music, and friendship even more enjoyable. I would like to apologize to the mainstream media cameramen here because obviously with these messages you can't broadcast any of these things on the mainstream media because your job isn't to educate the people as to what people here at the G20 actually think. It's to portray us as violent, dangerous people burning police cars. But just for the camera, because you're recording, I am peaceful, I am not here to cause trouble. This isn't against the police. We know you guys are victims as much as we are. In fact, you're probably more victims than we are because you have to wear these horrible uniforms and carry big weapons, which isn't conducive to public peace and understanding. So, because you guys are family people like I am as well, we ask you to remember we are all one. We are all beautiful and divine human beings. We are all infinitely loved. We are never alone.
This is all the time.
And there's nothing to fear.
got canned 2 days ago. I threw him in that jail for a couple of days.
So please treat us with the same courtesy we will treat you, and everything will truly be okay. And we can have a nice, fun day together in the New World Order amusement park that is downtown Toronto now. Thank you.
Provocateurism here. We hope not, but you don't know. You never know.
Anyone who believes they're free is unfortunately under a big illusion. You are not free. You're all slaves in the New World Order. You're not all slaves. You are the most powerful thing that's ever existed. You are the people. You outnumber the bad guys about 10,000 to 1. Stop obeying the system. Stop paying your taxes. Stop having these ridiculous jobs which just happen to kill hundreds of thousands of children around the world. We are all here because we know the people of the G20 are the true criminals. We are the peaceful people. You're right, not them, not those criminals in the mainstream media. You're right. Don't ever think you're wrong. You're right. Marching peacefully through Toronto city streets is a terrorist activity and you should all be ashamed of yourselves. You have cost this city $1.5 billion, and because you're all walking around peacefully and smiling, they have to crack down on all of you. It's a question to the Toronto Police and the Associated Canadian Police helping them today. Why are you blocking peaceful protesters off every 100 meters? Why are you not letting people walk through?
Our democratic free zone, and let's go take it back.
Okay, so tell me what happened. You were at Spadina and...
Yeah, so the stormtroopers moved in. They basically herded us like cattle. They were behind, in front, and on three sides, basically. They closed in on us, arrested all of us one by one. Had a lot of people out in the rain. I was lucky enough to get put on the bus before the rain hit. They brought us here where we were put into cells, so with 15 to 25 into a cell, like a 9...
Like what is a cell?
Like a cage, like 9 by 15 feet.
Of wire? Or?
Yeah, like wire, steel wire. And it was one bathroom with no door, no toilet paper. Our hands were zip tied together. Some people were able to break the zip ties. They didn't really seem to care.
For how long?
I was there for an hour and a half. I've heard stories of people, the only one I heard was 13 was the highest, but others have told me 25. A lot of people were in there all afternoon. We were lucky to get out early.
So are they letting y'all out now? That would be awesome if
we
you
hope
came
so.
out.
That's what we've heard, but we're still waiting for one last guy.
Grabbed me, pulled me down, and I went to say I'm being arrested for nothing, and then as soon as I did that, they threw me down, broke my camera, my GPS is missing, so it's not only did I just get not really arrested, but miss 4 hours of my time, my camera, and my GPS is now gone.
We're in there for 5 hours. The worst part was not knowing that, again, they assume everybody's guilty in there too, so you get a couple of asshole comments from cops.
And I mentioned about how hot it was on the bus.
Yeah.
And
they didn't let any air. It was kind of like an inhumane condition.
It was.
They didn't care that somebody had diabetes in the back. And when we had to go to the bathroom, they said, well, you can go in the bathroom back there. So you have some nice cops and you have some asshole cops. And we got a lot of asshole cops in there. The last guy I would say would be friendly. He told us a lot of stuff, but it's not a pleasant experience. I wouldn't recommend it for anybody.
Yeah.